Hello everybody, I'm uploading this as is. It's nearly 20 past midnight, Wednesday. I don't know what the date is. As some of you are already aware, I got a letter from Hereford Housing about my garden and I should tidy it up. Dear Mr. Earl, re-garden inspection, condition of your garden. I visited your property on 20th of April 2016 to establish whether you had tidied your garden. You cut back the overgrown garden, however you have not removed the items in the garden. In fact, you had added to them. That was when I was testing my ceiling fan wind turbine. It was out for about a week. As a tenant, you have a responsibility under the tenancy agreement, section 2, part 4(1), to keep the garden in a tidy condition. I agree with that. As a tenant, care of your home. You must keep the garden, if you have one, in a tidy condition, free from rubbish and cultivated to a good standard. To ensure that this current condition of your tenancy is met, you need to do the following. Continually to regularly maintain the front and rear gardens. I would like to visit you on the 4th of May 2016 at 11 AM to discuss the best way forward to maintain your garden. If this appointment is not suitable, please contact me on the telephone number. I look forward to seeing you. Yours sincerely, Neighbourhood Officer. I won't say the person's name. Well, I got this letter the day before she was due to turn up. Good, innit? Tonight, I was locking up, went downstairs to lock the front door up. I checked the post earlier, I didn't have any post. And I found this one. From the housing, again. Oh, this one's fun. Dear Mr. Earl, re-home visit inspection. I would like to arrange another visit to inspect your property and garden on the 20th of May 2016 at 11 AM. During our last appointment on the 4th of May 2016, you advised the items in the garden would all be removed. However, on the 11th of May 2016, I inspected your garden again and not all the items had been removed, bearing in mind we had rain. I have also invited a surveyor, Peter Morgan, to inspect your property. There are no records of you asking permission to install another source to generate electricity to your property. This is the joke. It was also brought to my attention that you are running a knife sharpening business from your home, which is a breach of tenancy conditions, and I would like to discuss this matter further. If this appointment is inconvenient, would you please contact me on to rearrange an appointment? Neighbourhood Officer, Hereford Housing, for the Putson area. To be quite frank, I'm pissed off, and I do apologise to any children listening to me and their families. I've been here 15 years. The only complaint any of my neighbours have made about me is my garden. But they've had the decency to ask me also, as well as reporting it, when I was going to be doing my garden. Nothing wrong with that. Now, my neighbour downstairs has been here 2 months, In that time, he has turned my life upside down. I used to have my CNC working, as you very well know. My immediate neighbour, straight through the wall, and I asked quite frequently if there was any noise from my machine. They couldn't hear a thing. He, however, from day one, banged on the ceiling, kicked up a stink. And that is where all this has come from. I know what the knife sharpening bit is because the other day I was out cutting up an old steel goal, kid's goal. And the noise, pardon me, because I was using a circular saw that cuts through anything, pardon me, metal, wood, plastic, you name it. It sang, as you can imagine. Any metal tube being cut up sings like hell. Now, I am never a vindictive person. I'm a firm believer in karma. What goes around comes around. Now, my electricity that I generate is not connected to the flat electrics because I'm not allowed to connect to them. They are still intact. This is a parallel circuit which I've told everybody about. I haven't tried to hide it. I've also told people what I've been saving. And it's between £300 and £500 a year. I've even had a letter from my electricity supplier asking me why I'm not putting money in the meter. Because I don't need to. I know what's going to happen. Because I'm using lithium cells, I'm going to be told to remove them from the premises. So they're going to be removed before they get here. And I apologise if my voice sounds loud. I want to make bloody sure he hears me. My other neighbours that way, their bedrooms are over there, they won't hear me. But, oh, he's probably still up, boozing. Oh yeah, how do I know he's a boozer? Because I've got up in the middle of the night to go to the toilet, gone to the bathroom, and it was like walking into a brewery. And I don't drink. So what was going on down there, I have no idea, for the fumes to get up into my bathroom. And it made me almost physically sick. Yes, I will ring her up and tell her the appointment's inconvenient. And I shall also tell her how the knife sharpening business came into being. Now, my truck, as of Monday, Monday I think it was, my truck is off the road. I've got nearly a 21 item list, MOT failure. I can't load it up with rubbish and take it away. So I have to cut it all up, wait for my landfill bin to be emptied, and then fill it up. Because that's the only way I can get rid of it. I have two friends, I mean real friends, not friends that say they will and don't. That's how my car ended up with bloody 22 items failing. If the job had been done in the first place, I'd have failed on 3 things: 2 bulbs and a bulb tyre. So yes, I should be ringing her up in the morning and changing our appointment. I'm letting you know for one very simple reason. If you don't get a video from me for a very long time, you know I've basically been shut down. But don't worry, you will get videos from me, because my 2 real friends would allow me to do the videos on their premises. I'm not asking them to help me for 2 very good reasons. My one friend is doing her doctorate and has a dissertation to be in by the 23rd of May. My other friend has a heart murmur. I don't want her doing anything. They have both adopted me as their father, and they make 2 fantastic daughters. My apologies, it's getting to me a bit. I will do the best I can to carry on with my experiments, carry on videoing and putting them up, sorry. It's crazy. 15 I've been doing alternative energy now for over 5 years. No one in all that time has complained. Now, where it is said in here, there are no records of you asking permission to install another source to generate electricity to your property. Day 1, when my housing officer came, I told them about my alternative energy lighting. They sat in this room and saw it. And only now? Probably because someone said something that I've connected to the grid circuit of the flat, and I haven't. I've run parallel, which means there's no connection to it whatsoever. I could run them both together if I wanted to. Be a bit stupid, but I could. And my garden, well, British weather. Yeah. Oh, and running a knife sharpening business, by the way, is obviously making me a hell of a lot of money, because I rang my loan company up today to see if I could get £100 extra on my loan to pay for the things that need to be done on the car. Oh, and my one friend, one with a heart murmur, is paying for the labour to do the repairs on my car. My other friend, who is doing a doctorate, she paid for my MOT. So if I've got a hell of a business, sharpening knives, why do I need anybody else's money? My friends offered out of the goodness of their heart. I didn't ask. I was willing to struggle until payday. I mean, if you saw my fridge, freezer and cupboards, you would give me a good old telling off, uphill and down dale. I know that. But I'm okay, I'm healthy, I'm surviving. Physically. At the moment, mentally I'm not doing too good, as you can imagine. So, as I said, my friends, thanks for being out there. I will do my very, very, very best to keep putting the videos up regularly. Whether they'll be on my experiments on alternative energy or other stuff, I've no idea. You know, it's beyond me, it really is. How someone can come into your neighbourhood and basically wreck your life. So that's what he's doing. The chap who was there before unfortunately passed. He was a lovely chap, he was. And he used to knock my door, Ray, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? And I didn't mind an iota. This bloke, when he moved in, he got the Wi-Fi key so he could add instant internet on his phone. I had a tabletop fridge I wasn't using. He needed one, so I gave him that. I had a coffee table in the garden, and he said could he have it for his mother because she did furniture up, chic I think they call it, or something like that. And the other day he was sat out in the garden while I was cutting stuff up and what have you, getting rid of weeds and what have you, and his drink was on my coffee table. Why didn't he just ask? Why build a story? Do you know, it's 25 to 1 and I do not feel tired now. I've taken my meds, I've gone past them. My system seems to be fighting them, keeping me awake. I just wish that other people who, shall I say, befriended, helped out along the way, would just give me an hour of their time. Nah, they won't do that. I'd be surprised if they did, because I've done a hell of a lot for them. And I know my one mate, he's very poorly. If he wasn't, he'd be down here helping me, even if he was only making cups of tea. But yeah. If any of you caught this just before you went to bed and I'm keeping you up, I do apologise. It's, well, when my two friends find out about this letter, they're going to go ape. I know that much. I have a funny feeling that I'll end up being moved. Where they'd move me to, I have no idea. But these are sheltered accommodation for disabled people. That's why I had to run a parallel circuit. And if I was allowed to stay and they told me I had to turn my flat back into a home and I couldn't have alternative energy, I think I might take up the violin. Can't play it. It'd be lots of fun trying. What about a set of drums? Yeah, a set of drums might be better. More vibration to them. You know, feel it here. No. Don't worry, I'm not going to be doing that. To be honest, I ain't got a clue what's going to happen. But I'll move the appointment to next week. And my Powerball I'm going to have to move. I may even take down my alternative energy. I'm not going to put any bulbs in the grid. No chance. I've got a big torch if I use that. Yeah. Come to think of it, there's something about quality of life. I'll have to look into that. See what it says in the rule book of the Housing Association about being considerate to your neighbours. Yeah. You see, if I clean up the garden and empty the lab like I want to do and move all my workshop down there, that then means I can do anything I want in here as if I had it as a home. Yeah. I decorate. Change the floor to a nice oak. This is just some cheap packs of laminate that a DIY store was doing at the time when I first moved in 2000. 1st of February 2000, I've been here since. Crazy. It's absolutely crazy how one person, and it is only one person, my other neighbour, I mean, if there was going to be any complaints, I'd have had them from my neighbour across the road, because she's very tidy, shall we say. Nice woman. But if anything's out of place, she lets you know. So, I mean, she was out there the other day when I went out and started in the garden, so she knows I'm trying. So I know for definite it's not her. And it certainly ain't my other neighbours. No. It's a nice flat. Just a bit. But if I have to move, I have to move. Be strange after all this time. Be nice to have the money to buy my own place. Ah well. I'll let you guys go. Thank you ever so much for listening. And so I know be out there supporting me. Just in words, that's fine. You don't realise how much it means to me. Anyway, I'll let you go. I will try and get some sleep. Whether I will or not is another matter. That's down to my brain. My conscious will try and sleep, but I have a wicked subconscious. It does what it wants. Okay, people. Thank you again for listening. You're absolutely amazing. I'm glad you're my friends. Night night.